Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. We're going to be doing some T1 Electric Abyss in the Retribution. There's a particular reason for this. It's because it's going to be the next step in our T0 to T6 Abyss series. And this Retribution can actually do T2 Electric solo. And the reason I'm doing T1s is because to be able to do T2s, you need to have max skills. I do have max skills, or not max skills, but like very close, very good skills. But the second thing you need also is to have good muscle memory, because T2s, they can be actually quite challenging due to certain waves being pretty strong or challenging towards the Retribution after the Abyss changes like a year ago or something, where the Marshals and Kikimoras were introduced. I think the Cinema waves especially, they can be challenging. You need to be a little bit careful in the T2s. Before those Abyss changes, the Into the Abyss update, I think is what it's called. Oh, the T2s, they were just so easy. You could even do T3s if you're really good, but the T2s, they're just so easy. Now they can be quite challenging. So I'm going to be doing T1s, and it's just mainly just to get the muscle memory back. This fit is like quite cheap, 51 million, but it is requiring a big amount of skills. As you can see here, we're quite tight on the CPU and power grid, and I've got max skills, so I mean, this is a lot of skills required. So if you've got bad skills, what I do is, which I will be probably doing on the series of T0 to T6, is just to put a PB, small cam battery right here to save a lot of resources, because that Tech 2 cam battery, it really uses a lot of resources. So we're going to grab some filaments. We can see if we can get some calm electrical filament, and they're just dirt cheap right here. Cost nothing, like 1/3, 6 of them is 1/3 of the price of a T0 electric, because the T0 is just so much popular since all the newbies run them. It's a bit tragic for the newbies, but that's just the way it is. Calm electrical, and put these in here. I'm gonna go to Variant Stellar Cartography to swap out our clone. And the Retribution right here, you can see that last time I used it was a very long time ago, because the Retribution is very dirty. So we will be cleaning it. We're just going to go and switch our clone first. Okay, we should also be pilot form fleet, because we need to be in a fleet to be able to do these. The Ravenous Hunter. Go in skins and clean the skins. How much does EOM go for? We can't even buy them anymore. I remember it used to go for the EOM skin for like $1 billion or something like that. And that was before I had the ISK to spend on it. Now that I have the ISK to spend on it, it is not even available to buy. Quite tragic, but I mean, I don't think, even if there was one of these available, I like the purity of the throne. I think it's quite cool. The cold iron also, I can appreciate the sleekness of it. Oasis is quite cool, but I think for Abyss I prefer the purity of the throne. Okay, free clone bay. Let's dock up right here.
Warp drive active.
The DPS we have with this ship is really great. It's just got some amazing DPS. And we should be using some boosters as well. We don't have some boosters. That is a bit annoying. The synth, I think synth drop is very good, because it increases our tracking speed bonus. So that's something we would want to take. Exile and Hardshell can also be good to have. But since we're just doing T1s, is alright. If we're doing T2s, on the other hand, I think those could be quite relevant to use. Okay, we'll just switch our clones right here. Undock. We have to wait until the session time is done. But with the Retribution in the T1s, it will be a very big case of just sniping stuff before we get even close, because we've got just so much DPS with this ship. Look at this. Gleam, 9 and 6 and 9 kilometers. We put the Multifrequency, 16 and 12 kilometers and 314 DPS. Aurora, 182. And we've got a range of 45 kilometers. So we're going to do more damage than our Punish did before. A really good range. So this is going to be just a walk in the park right here. But it obviously is going to be a lot more difficult than T0s, because we're going to be facing more difficult enemies. So it's just something to keep in mind. But this ship is so powerful. Approach this Abyssal Trace and go into the Abyss. And I've mentioned this before. I've been using this ship before. But this fit here is not made by me. It's made by a guy called Iban Tijori. He loves this ship. He swears his life by this ship because of how much he's done with this ship. Is a very popular fit with him. And you see, we just pop the cash right there, doing damage just straight away to curb this Tyrannus. Not even having to get in close, just doing damage straight away. And I mean, we do less damage than pulses, but I really prefer the beams because we're just able to do damage straight away. The time you spend doing no damage is wasted DPS. Okay, grab this, 800k, really bad because we may as well be doing a T0 if we're going to get that much Abyss loot. Okay, go close now. Now we can start using the multi-frequency. Oh, took a bit of a hit right there. It's okay, it's okay. And we even cap stable with 2 armor pairs. Okay, yep, look at that. Just blasting him to pieces. Curve this down in basically no time. Look at our range. We're doing full DPS with our multi-frequency at this range. It's just amazing to see. Oh, now he's getting a little bit out of range. Oh, he's starting to get a little bit out of range right now. I'll get a little bit closer. Get a little bit closer to avoid those grazing shots. So getting, oh, smashing 1k shot. Oof. Now we'll go back into the next room. Boopity boop. 1.5 minutes right there. Absolutely amazing. Now I'll go with Aurora. Start off here. Ephialtes. We'll go for these fire watches right here. And that's the great thing about these Tech 2 ships right here. They've got the good lock range. You just shoot straight away. You just shoot straight away. Like having to do DPS straight away is a really good property of a ship. Because it's time saved. It's time saved. It's time spent that could have otherwise been doing nothing. And that's why I really like these beams. Shoot right here. Fire Watcher, 300 DPS. Just an amazing thing to see. 1.6 million disc. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Approach this Ephialtes right here. Keep a range of maybe 10. Blast him to pieces. Blast him to pieces. Oh, I look forward to doing this on our character for the T0 to T6 Abyss series because it's just going to be a walk in the park. Obviously, we're not going to be this great. We're going to be quite a bit worse because we've got max skills right here. We've got Assault Frigates level 5. We've got all the support skills level 5. So it's going to be a lot worse. But still, will be quite a bit better than the Punisher. Quite a bit better. Jump here. Switch over to Aurora. Just approach the Bidaptor straight away. Curb this Tyrannos again. And pop that. And go there. And pop this guy right here. Easy peasy, easy peasy. Now we can go with the standard, Imperial Navy standard. It's a good intermediate weapon range. Never mind, we're going with multi-frequency now. Because he's already in range. Grab the loot. And we jump. Even though we were... I clicked it when we were in 2.1. You saw it said 2.1 for a split second, right? That's just the way it's just the way it is. Move towards Charybdis. Move towards Charybdis. Oh, we've got scrambling going on. Imperial Navy standard. Range is 25-28. Now we'll be going for the multi-frequency. Keep it range 10 kilometers. Yeah, we're doing these T1 sites the same speed as we're doing those T0s with the partnership before because of how brutal this ship is right here. Really crazy, really crazy. And as I said before, if you have the good muscle memory, you can do the T2s as well. I'm just worried a lot about those angel waves. They're going to nuke you out hard, get perfect application. It's not going to be a good time. We have got pretty good resists for angels, though, because we've got good explosive. They do a lot of explosive damage. Not so much in the EM, though. Not so much in the EM, though. Let's see now. What is that? We had armor compensation. These can help a little bit with our resist profile as well. Make us a little bit tankier as well. That's one thing we could do to further improve on the ship, even though I said I have perfect skills. That's when I say that, I mean for the gunnery and that kind of stuff. I don't have level 5 specialization either on the beam lasers, but we're only using the Tech 2 stuff now and then, the Aurora, not using Gleam that often. Okay, that was a super quick T1 site. We will then go and do another. What was the loot? 3.9 million. So, I mean, it's not that great, but it's quite a bit more than T0s. And I think the average is 5 million, something like that, if I remember correctly from looking at the Abyss Tracker. Because you can use this website called Abyss Tracker to track the average loot of Abyss runs of certain types and doing these T1s in frigates gives us on average 5.5 million, I think. So we had 4 point something, so we can get potentially more than that. Curb this again. And also, we could, you know, you could always go with these extraction nodes over here, but they hardly give anything. Oh, look at that. The Fialtis is going all over the place. The Tachyon Cloud is never particularly merciful, especially to us frigates who can stop the speed right here, because this is going to go here at this speed. Start doing damage straight away. See that? Look at our speed right there. Grab this. Okay, is the curve just being affected by a speed cloud? No, it's not. So you see I set a low speed, so it's still not going too crazy. Even though we are going very fast. And standard is what we want to go for here. Standard. Then we'll go for curb this right afterwards. Imperial Navy Multifrequency. Okay, now I don't think we need to have that limiter, but it's always good to have that limiter because it doesn't seem like curb this is particularly kiting us by a big margin anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Beaming, curb this down with 300 plus DPS, 314 DPS. No joke, no joke. And go towards a transfer conduit. And we can soon do full speed. Soon do full speed. We're just going at a bit of a low speed right now, but soon we can go full speed. Doing these penetrating shots, really great to see. Really great to see. Chipping away at that structure. In T1, Curbed Tyrannus, pretty much the biggest HP pool is the structure because the shield is non-existent. Oh, we're not hitting at all now. Never mind. Aurora. That one shot right there was all it took to take him out. Okay, go in the next room. I think we hit max speeds. 9 kilometers a second. Oh my gosh. That's how quick we would have gone if we were in Tachyon Cloud. Wow. We're going too fast. Too fast. Too fast. No, 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 no. Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. We're going too fast. Oh, it carried over. Tachyon Cloud carried over. I didn't know it was going to carry over like that. That's really dangerous right there. I should have never done that. I didn't know it would carry over like that. And we went back. I thought we were going to go forward. So that was not great to see. Oh. Rogue drones here. Super easy. We can just snipe them at long range. Standard. And pop them right here. We even have good tracking as well, which we usually wouldn't be able to do in our T0 to T6 Abyss character with the beam lasers, but since we've got the good support skills, we can track pretty decently even with beams. Grab this, and we need to have a bit more, bit closer, because these people are keeping a little bit of range. So we can just get close right here. There's someone who's very close. Take this guy out. Can put with a Gleam. That's what we want to use when we've got stuff that's cheekily keeping very close like this. Let's use a little bit of Gleam. Gleam him down. That was easy. And then use a bit of standard on these people over here. Just snipe them. Not really much to it. And we can go with multi-frequency in this guy right here. He's trying to keep quite close. Getting shattered. And grazing shots, obviously. Get some good hits right there. Glancing off 300 damage. We've got the strike needle over here. Or the gleam on this person over here. Just getting quite close proximity to us. To be honest, we could just pull range and have a better time. Because of how pulling range like this is going to improve our transversal. Look, we just popped him straight away like as if it was nothing. Okay, as if he was absolutely nothing. It's rogue drone. Glancing shots are even doing so much damage, like 300 damage. Great to see. Come on now, grazing. Don't need all these grazing shots. We've got that bad tracking. Oof, just one hit. Normal standard hit shot. Slapped him up like that. Okay. What will be the next room? Skybreaker Disparu Troop. Ooh. Another Tachyon Cloud? What's going on with the Tachyon Clouds? Okay, we're gonna go here and break this pacifier because he does a lot of damage, I think. Open this up. 1.9 million. Okay. Approach this skybreaker right here. Oh, not the skybreaker now. Pacifier was before. These guys will die super fast. That's a bit of an alpha they got, but they have pretty low fire rates. They don't do a whole lot of damage, but they die super fast. Look at this. Shield gone, and poof, the arm is just destroyed. Then we go here and attack this skybreaker over here. They have very big signature radius as well, so it's like application is no issue whatsoever. They're also pretty slow too. Popped, just like that. It was a bit slower there, 6 minutes compared to the first one. But it feels good, it feels good. It feels really good, and hopefully it'll go really great when we get the Retribution finally in our T0 to T6 Abyss series. So that's a bit of T1 Abyss farming in the Retribution. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.